Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Guardian Gateway. I'm your host, Kim Wilborn of Women'sTransformation.com and SuperPowerSuccessSystem.com, where we help you experience the magic and fulfillment of living in alignment with your true self and your true purpose. And I'm so happy to have you all with us as we welcome into our hearts the high vibrational guardian beings who are here to uplift every area of our lives. They come in many different forms, and they're here to help surround us with the energy of love, bring solutions to our everyday problems, give us the wisdom and support we need to live our best life, raise our vibration and improve what we attract into our experience, assist us in everything we do, and provide us with an unshakable support system. As you know, I've gathered an amazing group of experts to show you how to experience more happiness, meaning, and fulfillment by accessing the support of a personal team of spirit beings. Together with you, we're creating an energetic gateway to allow in the guardian energy that is so wanting to help each one of us and the world. All the calls are completely free with a 48-hour replay. And I've created 2 special upgrade packages with recordings to help you get lasting benefits from this telesummit, and both are at a discount price right now. You'll get a complete set of guided meditations by me and special bonuses from our speakers, including today's speakers, Max, in the Lasting Transformation Upgrade package, including a certificate for a free mini consultation with Monday speaker Sue Storm, the Angel Lady, who tells you who your special angels are and uses their guidance to answer your specific questions. We've got a bunch of really great bonuses, and you'll find both of the 2 upgrade options at guardiangateway.com/upgrade. And as always, I'd like to invite you to enter our Facebook contest. Just head over to the Guardian Gateway Facebook page when the call is over, post your favorite idea or inspiration from this call, and I'll look at all the posts from the first 5 minutes after the show and choose one to receive one of the products from the Guardian Gateway shop. And I want to let you know that even after the telesummit is over, the Guardian Gateway will continue on. We have a new radio show, a video contest, and a membership club all coming out later this month, so be sure and open your emails when they come. Today, I'm so excited to be talking with Max Ryan about raising your vibration with the angels. But before we begin, I'd like to invite you to take a deep breath and fully enter into the sacred space that we are creating together. So if you're in a safe place to do so, I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and begin to relax. Allow yourself to feel a beautiful beam of source energy entering through the top of your head. Let this energy flow down into your body, into every part of your being. Feel it filling your entire body, flowing all the way down through your feet and beaming down into the center of the earth. At the center of the earth, feel the presence of a huge glowing crystal filled with positive energy and love for you. See the beam of source energy flow down into the crystal, harmonize with the energy there, and beam straight back up into you. Feel this beautiful energy flow up through the soles of your feet, into your knees, up into your hips, your chest, your arms, your throat, and your head. Feel this energy flowing into your heart, creating a space of safety, and feel it spread out all around you. And now feel it spread out to encompass the whole world. See the whole planet held in a space of safety. Now come back to your own heart. And from that heart space, open to connect with the high vibrational beings who are here to help you, who love you and want only the best for you. Feel the presence of your guardians and allow yourself to be fully supported from now on. Now come back into your normal waking state and join with me in welcoming our speaker. Max Ryan is an international coach and law of attraction expert who teaches many spiritual and metaphysical tools and shows you how to apply them so that you can live in the magic of life. From the details of the law of attraction, A Course in Miracles, and even how working with angels can raise your vibration, Max's depth of knowledge and ability to make complex concepts simple has earned him the reputation of being the spiritual how-to guy. Max is currently working on 2 books and is the host of the Magic of Life radio show. Welcome to the Guardian Gateway, Max.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I'm awesome. It's so glad to have you here with us.
It's wonderful to be here. That was a beautiful centering meditation. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. And I want to let our listeners know that Max will be taking questions later. So you can enter your questions on the webcast or go ahead and click star 2 on your phone to raise your hand. And Max,
yes.
I would love to just jump right in and ask, what do angels have to do with our vibration?
Well, yeah, let's just get right to it.
Yeah.
Angels have everything to do with our vibration. It is, I work with angels, and as you said in my introduction, I teach people about the law of attraction. The law of attraction teaches that everything is about vibration. If we're in a negative vibration, we're attracting negative things. If we're in a positive vibration, we're attracting positive things. It's much more complicated than that, but it's actually that simple. So when we start to open up, to know, just as you did in your introduction, about opening up that there's another way, that there is help, we immediately go from a vibration of fear and separation and anxiety. We go immediately to a vibration of, this can be better. This helps. I can actually, be the person I want to be. Your vibration changes when you start to work with angels, because just the mere fact that you're allowing yourself to say there can be another way. The most positive thing we can do, most powerful thing we can do in our life is to make a choice. Do you know what I mean? And when we make a choice beyond what the world might tell us is happening, I work with the Course in Miracles, and the Course in Miracles will say, the thinking of God is 180 degrees away from the thinking of man. So the thinking of man is sort of insane. We're sort of crazy because we don't realize how much support we have by the divine, and the angels are part of the divine. So when we switch that, our vibration changes, and when our vibration changes, our results change in our life. When we start to really put that as a priority and say, you know what, I am going to start to think beyond and feel beyond what this world is telling me. And that's when we start to open up to the Guardian Gateway is a perfect word for this whole series that you're doing. That's just amazing, because we open the gateway to a vibration that is only love. That is only love. And then, as I said, the Course in Miracles is something I work with. And in the Course in Miracles, it doesn't talk about angels very much. But when it talks about angels, it says the angels are the thoughts of God. And so we're opening up to that high vibration that will bring us into our peace. But we are already peaceful, actually, and there is only love. It's just an illusion that we're not. So when we try to change any kind of a problem that we have in our life by staying in the level of the problem, the great philosopher Pierre Desjardins said, you cannot solve a problem at the level at which the problem is solved. So the angels help us to go to another level. And when we do that, our vibration changes. And if we can do it consistently, we will have reminders over and over that actually the guidance is working, is there for us. And as we do that, our countenance of who we are starts to change. And then life changes because it becomes more in line with what it really is, which is only love. I know that was sort of complicated. Make sense?
Well, how has this shown up in your own life? How did you get started doing this work?
Well, I've been a spiritual, seeker my whole life. And since I was very, very, very young, I was about 3 years old, and I remember being in a crib, about 2.5 years old, and I remember being in a crib and looking out of my crib into the night and seeing the moon and the stars and realizing that was my home. Where I was not my home. Looking out in the sky, I was much more connected with all that is than the crib or my body. And I remember it very distinctively. So I started really, I went to Catholic school when I was a kid, like many people, and the angels were one of the things when I was a kid, we would go to, church every day, and that was fine with me. But I always noticed all those beautiful alabaster and marble statues of the angels that were just looking down onto the pews from on high. And I'd always think, what are they doing? What is that about? And it always stuck with me, Kim, and I was always like, what is that? But we didn't talk much about it. But as I studied and I grew and I started doing the Course in Miracles, I studied Judaism, I studied the Kabbalah, I studied some Wiccan philosophies, Celtic philosophies, I realized that there were so many things that were happening in my life that were actually angelic encounters and angelic support. And I've got quite a few stories that I could tell you that are just, they are complete angel interventions in my life. And I've seen, and I do see lots of angels because I'm an intuitive now. And when I opened up to that, I realized that the angels are a tool that has been given to us. And we can use the tool or we don't have to use the tool. But even if we don't use it consciously, it's still always going, go this way. This is the way you're going to go. You know what I mean? And so I started off that way, and it just got deeper and deeper and deeper, and I work with the angels every single day, and I teach people how to work with the angels. And, it's not as complicated as people might think, and they're just there for you. They're just there for you all the time, and they have such an amazing energy that's so soft and so high that, many times until we can calm our ego down, we can't really hear it. We can't really follow it. So that's the first thing when we work with angels is to say, I've got to sort of calm this crazy mind down so I can hear, so I can go, oh, I'm being guided. That's the thing. Here's the moment. Here's the little sign. I get it. Because the angels, angelic guidance comes in many people's life, and when I start to tell them, they're like, oh, that's an angel. I guess it's an angel. But you never thought of it before. And it comes in tiny little things, tiny little soft, nice things usually, that say, go this way. And so it's just been such a thrill for me to teach this work to people because I see in their life they're starting to go, oh, whoa, I get it. This is so great. I'm loving it. Because then and then come back to that vibration, as soon as they go, I love it, their vibration just opens up and it raises. And then you're getting closer to the vibration of the divine source. And that's when what they call the flow, getting in the flow. Where you're not questioning so much. You're not doubting. You're going, I'm going this way. I actually don't know why, but I'm going over here. And I'm following that guidance. And when you do that, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and you're trusting it.
And you're trusting it. Because when you start to see that, that person that was in the grocery store that told you about a job interview that ended up changing your life and you can't find that person again, or when something tells you need to turn down this road and it's very soft and then something happens down that road. When you look back and you start to have evidence in your life, then you go, oh my goodness, I have been guided and I am being guided. That makes your trust, your doubt goes down and your trust goes way up. And when your trust goes up, you start to flow with the divine source, and it's beautiful. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So there's many, 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 many ways that it happens. And I just got back from Belize. I did an angelic yoga retreat with friends of mine, and that was pretty darn special. Pretty darn special. So
tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Well, I just want to give you a couple of examples because people go, well, how do you know there's angels? Because you know what? I'll tell you, everyone that's listening, it's really rare that you go, oh, there's a winged person in my house. Okay. I'll tell you, you can work with angels forever and not see some beautiful person in a robe with wings, okay? So sometimes you just have to let go of that, because you have that preconceived idea. But I'll tell you, when I went in this everything worked out perfectly. First of all, when my friends did yoga, they said, you want to come? And I said, let's do angels. So everyone on the retreat got an angel reading, and I did a whole full-day class. Well, about angels. Everything had worked out perfectly. I mean, down to the last detail. And when we got on the plane, well, before I got on the plane, there was a couple of things. I was like, my friend just gave me these new angel tarot cards. I hadn't worked with them before, but I was like, throw them in the bag. Maybe that'll be good. And then about in June, I was in Ireland, and I was guided to go around this corner, down this little thing. I was like, where am I going? I don't know. But there was a little tiny used bookstore in Leitrim, Ireland, and I was like, I don't know. I'm going in there. That seems good. And in that store, there was a book that was sitting right in the front. It was like a used bookstore, and it was called Living with the Angels, and it was by one of your other guests, Theo. And I had never heard of her before, and I've read a lot, and I was like, oh. And I picked it up, but I never really looked at it. And so I threw that in my bag before I went into Belize. And as we were flying, I picked up that book, and I just started looking through it. And I was like, oh, my goodness, this is good. I really like it. And so many of the things in the book were reflecting what I'm writing in my book. And I was like, wow. And there was one thing in particular that I had never, ever, ever, ever heard any other angel person say, is that she talks about how the angels don't give you anything you don't have. They just help you to discover what you already do have. Most of the time when I read about angels, because most of the time people are looking outside of themselves on some level to an angel to give them courage. Archangel Michael is all about courage and strength, right, Kim? So it's all about that. So we think that Archangel Michael is going to give us the courage and strength we don't have. No, my experience has been that Archangel Michael's energy helps you to discover the strength you already have inside of yourself. We have everything we need. So I'm reading this book, and I'm like, she's talking about my philosophy. This is amazing. And as I'm going through the book, it's one thing after another. It's amazing. And then I opened the book, and it was a used book, and out falls, and I'm holding it right now in my hand, a ticket, an airline ticket. The last person probably was on an airplane, and they were using this ticket as their bookmark. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm on a plane, and this is a plane, and oh, my God. The date of the plane was my birthday.
Oh, my God.
That is angelic already. I was like, whoa, perfect. And the seat on the plane was the same seat I was in.
Well, where was the ticket to?
Well, the ticket was from Philadelphia to Boston, but it wasn't going to Belize. But it was on my birthday, and it had the same seat I was sitting in the plane. So I was like, okay, that's angelic. And then I started working through those cards, and I started asking the questions of the cards. And I said, what's the purpose of this trip? And I'd never worked with these cards. I'm shuffling. And I get this card, and I was like, wow, that's perfect. It's about changing life and starting new. And then I said, okay, shuffle. What is my purpose with the move. I'm just making a big move. And the same exact card came up. I was like, oh, 2 in a row. Shuffle, 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 out of 78 cards. And then I said, what is the purpose of this whole retreat? The same card came up. That's 3 times in a row. And then I do it again, and I said, what is the purpose for every person on this retreat? The same card came up 4 times in a row. That is angelic guidance. That's when it's like, it's like that soft, on some level, it's like this, I'm just going to put that card there, ding. I'm going to put that little ticket there, ding. I'm going to put this here, ding. All of those things, and as we went through the retreat, more and more things for all the people started, and I said, that's an angel, boink, that's an angel, boink. One of the girls who went to at one of the places that we stayed at, and she's like, I'm not even believe this. I walk into my room, and the room she's staying in, the same exact rug that she has in her house that she looked for and she loves so much is sitting in her bathroom in Belize. And I was like, angels.
Wow.
It's little things like that you start to go, there are no coincidences, but it gets that kind of like, ooh, that feels right. Something's supporting me. And it doesn't always come in this, this big, like, here's your message. It doesn't come like that. It usually comes in the right people will be there or the right thing will be there, and it always will remind you or bring you to a vibration of everything's okay. Everything's okay. So I always teach people if a coincidence happens and you get that feeling and you go, it's all good. If you get a little of that feeling, that is angelic. That is an angelic intervention. Does that make sense?
I love it. And it shows that you're in that flow, doesn't it, when these little things show up?
Yes. And the more that you notice it, the more in the flow you get. The more that, and it's just allowing those energies to guide you, to really, really guide you.
Well, Max, I think you should think about Boston and Philadelphia because that was on that list too.
Totally.
Whenever I get a boarding pass in a used book, I always think about that. What's this telling me? That's amazing. Well, I've got a question for you, and I've been receiving a few questions like this throughout the event. There are people who feel like they've been working and working to connect, and they still don't feel any presence of any support of guardians, and they don't see their lives change the way they want them to. And what do you say to people with that question?
Well, first of all, I would say that just the intention of working hard is the wrong intention because it's already there. And this is really hard to get. It's really hard to get because the ego will keep going. You've got to get somewhere else, then you will get spiritual. You get somewhere else, and then the angels will come. If you just learn enough, if you just do the right prayer, if you just do the right thing, then all of a sudden it'll happen. I would encourage people to let that go. Let that go because it's already here. One of my favorite quotes, poems from Gertrude Stein is, there's no there. So the first thing is that we want to say it's already here. Start saying it's already here, or I'm in the process of discovering it's already here. If you start saying that, you're coming from the intention of truth, because the truth is there's only love. So that's the most important thing. And to me, I believe that one of the best ways to do that is some form of meditation consistently, because you will start, your whole countenance will change, Kim. You will start to go, it's all good. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to try. I speak about this, and I say, it's not like we don't have to try to be spiritual. I'm going to be on a spiritual path now, because you can't not be on a spiritual path. It's all there is. That's it. So that's the first thing that I think is the most important thing. Everything is about intention and where you're coming from. And so if you can get to that place where you go, okay, it might feel really scary right here, or it might feel really crazy in this place, or what my ego is telling me in this place in my life. But if I can just hold on to say, I'm going to stay right here. I'm going to stay right here. Something will happen where you go, oh, I'm okay. It's okay. Because the pushing against where you are will never get you to the place of really hearing the divine. Does that make sense?
It does. And is that inward focus what you also prescribe for people who say, well, do I even have guardians because I don't feel anything and I don't see anything changing? Is that inward focus what's really needed so that they feel that they're kind of devoting themselves to this and not just kind of checking for results all the time?
Exactly. You said it perfectly. I was just going to say, because that's result-oriented beingness. It is not mystical. It's not a mystical path. A mystical path is to be with yourself, to be with everything, and walk through the world step by step, to be in this world but not of it. You know, a lot of people are trying to I think, and it's no fault of their own or my own. I do the same thing. Please, I'm like, if I just read the right thing, it'll all. So, no, stop it. That will add on to it, but it's not the key. You have the key already. The key is now. Is the total lack of the pushing away energy. If you can get to that, you will come from the place of, I feel it. Oh, I see it. And now, you know, there's education involved, and go, wait a second, maybe seeing that rug was an angel. Maybe that little ticket was an angel. And you know what? I'm going to be quite honest with you. If it was or it wasn't on a really big level, the most important thing is that your vibration has come back to love, so it doesn't matter. So you can say, that's angels. That's good. I'm back to love. I'm back to love. I'm back to feeling peaceful now. Because we always want to try to get out of the now. And if we do it enough, I mean, I'm sure that you understand what I'm talking about, is that if you do that enough, you do start to go, I don't got to try. I'm being guided. And it might. And the form is the thing that people get screwed up on. That's one, on some level. That's why I said, if you keep looking for someone in the corner with wings, it ain't going to happen. Stop it. It's going to come from it's going to come from a baby's lap, or it's going to become literally it's going to come on the wind, or it's going to come on a ticket in a book. It's not going to. It never comes in the form you want it. It always comes in the form.
And in that moment, you feel that love in your heart, and you don't need anything else, do you?
No. No, you don't. And if you do it consistently, you just start to sit back and go, I'm going for the ride. Life is good. The angels and the guides and the divine are just there. We're all part of it. We just have to open ourselves up to being part of all that.
Well, are you ready to take some questions?
Sure. I love questions.
Oh, yay. Okay, well, let's get started here. I've got a couple of calls from Texas, but I'm going to start with San Antonio. Welcome to the Guardian Gateway. Do you have a question for Max?
Hi there. This is Jane. Hi, Max. Hi,
Jane.
Hey, what is your name again?
Jane.
Jane. Hey, Jane.
Jane. Hi. Well, you caught me by surprise picking me first. So, I usually bounce off of somebody else's question. However, I have two physical issues going on. One has been for 5 years. One has been for 2 now. And I was wondering if you have a method, Max, of calling in a healing sort that could really help me get rid of these chronic, nagging, really, really annoying things.
Yeah. The first message, definitely, Jane. First of all, thank you for calling and for, just putting yourself out there. I know it takes, a little bit of courage to do that. So, congratulations. The other thing is that I want to tell you that the angels are just trying to tell you to calm. They're always saying calm, calm, calm down. It's all good. It's all good. So if you can get to the place where, first of all, if you can start to, and it's hard sometimes when it's physical because it keeps coming up, is if you can try to change the story a little bit and tell the story differently instead of saying it's been happening for 5 years and da-da-da, because that's going to keep it in the vibration. That's the first thing. I don't know if you're doing that. You don't sound like you're harping on it, but just be aware of it. When it comes up, is that to be really aware that if I talk about this in a certain way, it's going to keep me in the vibration of being stuck. Does that make sense, Jane?
It does, yes.
Okay. So I get the sense definitely that you're not one of those people that's like, oh, God, this thing. You're not like that. But
no,
just be aware.
I'm not. I am interested in angels who I might be able to call on during the times when, these things are really kind of in my face. And I do try to downplay them. One of them, though, has, kept me out of intimacy with my partner. And that's been 5 years. Think of the poor man.
Oh God, it's so funny. When you were saying that, I was going.
An angel.
I was going right to that area, and I was like, oh. But who you really should be working with is Raphael. Raphael is the healer. And one thing about Raphael, first of all, I'm going to come back to what I teach is that Raphael and any other angel, he's going to teach you that you're already healed on the spirit level. You're already healed. You're perfect. He's going to teach you're already there. It's just going to help you to get your consciousness to be in that place so that your body sort of follows, because there's part of you there's part of your ego, like we all have, that doesn't quite know that yet, because your body will follow. So know that first of all, he's in your heart center, which is your healing center. Raphael is in your healing center. So I would, if I was you, I would every night and every morning, I would concentrate on my heart. I would say, Raphael, please be with me. Raphael, please show me my healing. Raphael, please help me to understand I am already healed. And feel your heart. And feel your heart. That will help you to get in that vibration of it's all working out. Everything's working out. So Raphael is who I would tell you to work with. Do you hear what I'm saying, Jane?
I do.
Yeah.
In fact, I had another call with one of our other angel people, and she said Raphael was one of my angels. So isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
So here you are again with the same message. So I did not ask her. I didn't ask her the same question, but I did get Raphael. So that's really very, 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 very fun.
And I'm having a very visual for you, is that really put your one hand over the other hand right in the middle of your chest and feel your heart while you're praying to him. And pray to him. And the prayer is to remind you and to guide you to know that you're already healed. Okay?
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
It's wonderful to talk to you. Good luck with everything.
You too.
And you know
so
what? Raphael has a really fun energy. He's very lighthearted, so
he's good. We can joke
not
together.
So serious.
Okay, great.
Thank you for calling, Jane.
Have a great day, Jane.
Now, Max, we've got a question from the webcast, and this question says, can we ask the angels to help show us what our life purpose and passion is? And do we ask a specific angel or all the angels?
Yes, you sure can. You know what, I think that the best, my experience has been what I teach my clients and people I work with, is to go right to your guardian angel. And everyone has a guardian angel, and in some traditions they say you have thousands of guardian angels, but you have at least one or two. So go into your guardian angel. Your guardian angel is almost like what I want to say. Your guardian angel is your twin if you were completely, fully realized, if that makes sense.
I
your
love
guardian
that.
angel is you perfectly realized. So it knows everything, and it's always with you. And your guardian angel or angels are always looking after you and saying, go this way, because they already know your purpose. They already are your purpose. So I would go into meditation or to prayer and, go in and go to a beautiful place in a garden or something, sit down and call your angel in and ask, you know what, I'm a little bit unclear right now. Can you help me to bring up and more clarity about my purpose in life? And if you don't get it right away, you can do it a few times. And you can do that before you go to bed is really powerful. And then when you wake up, you might come up with an answer, which is really great. And the biggest thing I want to say, too, spiritually speaking, that your purpose, everyone's purpose, is to be themselves, the best person they are, to discover what your gifts are and have the courage to bring those gifts to the world. So maybe your prayer to your guardian angel is, please help me discover my gifts, or have the courage. You know, a lot of people know their gifts, right, Kim? They know them, but they're not doing it.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Because the world is saying, oh, that's crazy. You can't do that. That's ridiculous. You come from this kind of family. You can't ever do that, whatever it is. Have the courage to do that, and you will start to move towards your purpose, too. But your guardian angel is the one that knows you, because it is you fully realized.
I love that idea. And I love the idea that it's meant to be, that we're not kind of pushing upstream, but that all the forces are supporting us in living our purpose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything is. Everything is. You know, it's like, I love that quote. I'd heard it before, but I think it's really made famous by Louise Hay, that she says, life loves you. Have you heard that before?
I love that. Yeah.
And so life is loving you all the time, going, supporting you and holding you and saying, go this way. It's all good. So, nice.
Well, now let's take another call, and this one will be from Austin, Texas. Welcome to the Guardian Gateway. Do you have a question for Max?
Yes, thank you. My name is Sandy, and thank you, Kim and Max, for doing this today. My question. Hello. My question is, I'm just open to whatever the angels would like to tell me today. So I don't have a specific question. Whatever they would like to tell me.
Why? Okay, it's interesting. As soon as I heard your voice, and it's so funny we're talking about purpose, because we tend to equate purpose with career. Are you thinking about shifting something in your career, or have you?
Well, I'm retired, but I, am like everyone else, searching for what it is, my next steps, in doing something in the spiritual world. Right.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, it feels to me like the angels are telling me she's going from, what do I want to say, from a more regulated kind of position, kind of working, to a more altruistic path in the world, altruistic into working with helping people, and I specifically see, do you volunteer anywhere right now?
I volunteer for a dog rescue.
This is right in your path. The volunteering and the altruism is right in your path. It's perfect. Have you ever, I'm getting a very strong message for you, that you would be really great helping abused women.
Oh, I've never
being
thought
a
of that.
light for abused women, because they need you have a really wonderful energy about you, Sandy, and I think that people are attracted to it. But I think people that really need you are women that have lost a lot of hope. And I feel like the angels are going, you know what, just check it out. There might be a little thing in your area to be like, I want to help those women, or see if there's something you can do to, just volunteer at first, whatever it is. Because I think that that's going to help you to feel purposeful in your life. Does that make sense, Sandy? Yeah. Check that out, because it makes sense that you're with the dogs, because the dogs and the animal shelter is a similar kind of thing. But I think you have a lot of wisdom to impart to women that you don't even know yet until you get with them.
Okay.
And when you get with them, you're going to be like, oh, I actually can help these. And it's going to be younger women that are abused or homeless, something like that, in that kind of realm that you're going to help to be like, hey, you know what? Let's go here. Let's talk to these people about helping you. See, thank you. My angels just go, she needs to be an angel for others.
Okay.
You need to do what the angels do, and that's Sandy, that is what the angels say over and over and over to me, is that your job here on earth is to do what we do for you. Become the helper. Become the messenger for other people.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Max. Thank you.
No, you're so welcome.
Thanks for calling, Sandy, and keep us posted.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye. Max, we've got another question from the webcast. Gail from Atlanta says, I have a lounge chair I've been sitting in for about 30 years, and it's causing my back to know that I severely need a new chair. Timothy is my angel. How do I get his attention for money to get that chair?
That is awesome. I love it. It's so practical, so practical. Okay, what's the question then? How do I get the money to get the chair?
She says Timothy is her angel, and how does she get his attention to get the money to get the chair?
Oh, wow, that's so complicated. Okay. First of all, what does this person have a name?
Gail.
Gail?
Yes.
Gail. First of all, I'm sorry about your back. I'm sorry about your back. And you know what? This is not just an angelic thing. This is about knowing that you already have the support and the money. So the money is already there. It just has to show up. It just has to show up. So just the reason we don't have anything in our life is on some level we don't believe we should, or there's some like, oh, money is this, money is that. It's not. And the angels will help you, but what your prayer to Timothy should be is, please help me to remove remove all of my blocks around money. Help me to remove my blocks around money. Because that's what's going to help you, and it'll help you in every area, not just your chair. It's going to help you with your bills. Mm-hmm. It's going to help you with everything. To remove this kind of, we put money in the place of God. Money is not God. God is God. And the divine is the divine. Without money, we would be fine, actually. So talk to Timothy and say, you know what? I need to shift my perception around money. And work with that money is going to solve your problem. Because it's not, it's really ultimately the chair. And so if you can look beyond it, it's the chair and all that stuff. If you can talk with him about the money and say, you know what, I need the blocks to be removed about how I believe money is going to get me the thing. And then see what happens. See what happens. It's about shift. You need a shift or a reframe or a miracle in your perception around money, and then everything will change. And I know that's tough, but it's really
go ahead.
true. It can be really tough to do that, but if you're consistent with it and you go, I'm looking at this from the wrong point of view. It's like the kind of thing that I said that Desjardins said, you can't solve a problem at level which the problem is solved at. So we have to shift our perception. So we go, I get it. Oh, I get it now. It's not the money. It's whatever. What were you going to say, Kim? Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say I love the idea of asking for our blocks to be resolved, for our blocks to be cleared. And I think sometimes when we do that and we don't feel that they do get cleared, it's because our focus is on the blocks when we're asking, and that's what's real to us, and that's what we continue to hold in our vibration. So when we ask, if we focus instead on the clearing, and we really invest that part of the question, of the request with our energy, then it feels completely different, and that's when we actually can feel it start to shift, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, the Course in Miracles says, miracles are shift in our perception, and it really is. When we can shift our perception of our enemy to be our brother, that's a miracle. When we can shift our perception and ask that, our vibration all changes. And then we can go, oh, it's so, and then we come back to what I said before. It's like you're reminded again, oh, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Awesome. Well, now let's go to, I think it's Lima. It might be Lima, like on Glee, but we're going to take a call. It says Lima. Hi, you're on the air with the Guardian Gateway. Do you have a question for Max? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, is this Ellie?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Ellie.
I live in Lima, but Lima.
Okay. It is
Lima.
Lima.
I live in Lima, and I am Dutch. And I just lately in the angel business. And I was just wondering, I've just heard a few months ago that I've got a guardian, a guide. And that's my grandfather. Is that has that something to do with angels as well?
Well, Ellie is your name, right?
Yes.
Ellie, thank you for calling all the way from there, from Lima. It's awesome. You've brought up a great thing, a great thing. Our guides, our spirit guides, like your grandfather, which actually I do feel around you for sure, is not the same as angels. Angels and spirit guides are totally different. Usually, our spirit guides are always usually someone that had a body at some point, and then they've made their transition, and now they're in spirit world. Does that make sense, Ellie?
Well, yeah.
So they've lived at some point.
Understand it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And angels, there's two exceptions, but angels in general never had a body. They're sexless. They're a very high energy form. So the angels, they don't really have an ego on some level in the same way a spirit guide would. And so when we're working with the angels, it's a much softer, lighter, higher vibration. And like your grandfather is much more dense because he has a personality, and he had a personality, or he probably had a few personalities. I've
never met him. My mother died. My mother was 15 when he died. I've never met him, but I've always felt him. I don't know. I do have a photo of him, and always felt close.
Yes.
And just about 4 months ago, my sister told me that he is my guide, and he is around me.
I can feel him around you for sure. And it doesn't, even if we don't really know people, there's many people that are our guides that are in our lineage and our family tree a couple generations back. You didn't meet them, but it was your great-great-grandfather or something. But he's connected with you. He's very similar to you. He likes you. A lot of times our guides are the ones that are like, oh, I relate to her. She's very much like me. I want to be around her. And so, do you talk to him? Do you ask him questions?
Well, maybe with my thoughts, but I don't know. I feel like crying now because I'm so pleased.
That's great. That's fantastic. So you know what? I mean, as you're discovering this more and more and more, Ellie, really, it's like I say with angels. Angels we develop a relationship with them, and our spirit guides too. So you can start, just saying, hey, even silly things. I'm telling you, especially spirit guides, say, do you think I should go this way or that way? And then listen and feel yourself. Do you think I should have mustard or mayonnaise? I don't care. It's silly things. Yeah. So you develop a relationship with them and you feel them even more. It's great. It's really a wonderful thing.
I do that with angels.
Say again?
That's what I do with angels, having these questions.
Oh, good. That's great. That's great.
Thank you for calling, Ellie.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. And
Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, Max, I just want to give you a minute to talk about, before we take some more questions, to talk about the special offer that you've got for everybody, because I want to make sure you've got time to explain it, because it's really cool.
Oh, yeah. So I have these, everyone's going to be getting two different things from me. I have this one meditation that's Overcoming Your Fears with Archangel Michael, and that is a beautiful, beautiful meditation where I take you, it's more of a visualization, where I take you into the energy of Archangel Michael, and I always pronounce it Michael. You'll know him as Michael. And since he's about the fear and about strength and courage, you get to talk to him about your fears and about everything that you're fearful about. And you get in that vibration of letting it go so that you can discover your own courage underneath. So it's about a 20-minute meditation. And it's actually taken from my 6-week course, Creating Heaven on Earth. And it's really great. I really like that. People have gotten great. I mean, I listen to it all the time. It's wonderful, wonderful. You just feel more peaceful. You feel more strong after that. And then the other thing is that I'm giving you this 4 archangel visualization where we meet Raphael, Michael, Uriel, and Gabriel, and you get a sense of where they are around your body. I guide you through all of that, and you go, oh, Raphael's in the front, Michael's on the right, Uriel's on the left, and then Gabriel's in the back. And they're not always there, but it gives you a point of reference, and I take you through this visualization so you can really get where they are, and so you have a really good reference point for them. And they're pretty powerful. They're both pretty powerful meditations or visualizations, I would say.
Wow. Well, now that 4 archangel meditation, that's part of the bonus with the lasting transformation upgrade. And then you've got a free thing that everybody can get when they click on your free gift link, and that's at guardiangateway.com/Max. And that's just angelshearus.com. When you go there, you can sign up and get the free Magic of Life ebook, the Archangel Michael meditation, and Working with Angels 101, right?
And that's another about 25-minute audio that's all about symbols, about seeing angels, about how you feel angels. And that was taken from a big interview, and I take a couple calls that are pretty valuable in listening to understanding about working with angels on that one too. So
that's awesome. You can all get that for free. Just go to angelshearus.com. That's all one word. Or I've got a link there for you to click on. And then you've got a special offer that you've got for our listeners. Would you tell us about that, Matt?
Well, I'm doing this Creating Heaven on Earth. And that's what we're talking about right now, Kim?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So I developed this 6-week course, and it is 6 weeks that were divinely given to me, and it's the acronym for angels. So there's 6 letters, 6 weeks. In each week, I take you through working with Metatron, then Michael, then Uriel, then Jophiel, then Gabriel, and you work with these angels, and each of them comes with it's all together about 80 pages of PDFs and worksheets, and I take you through about an hour-long meditation, an hour-long guided class. It's all on MP3s. And then that whole thing is I've done that class as a live class before, and I've recorded it so that you can listen to other people's experiences also. So it's like 12 hours of audios. You learn about all these different angels. I even made this really cool, beautiful angel journal so you can print it out and you can track your progress in it. And it is all, and it's all the basis of the book that I'm creating and working on, Creating Heaven on Earth, which actually is going to be a 6-series book.
Wow.
And it was $147, but because I'm here and I'm giving this to you all, it's only $44.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's an amazing deal. Yeah. Thank you, Max. That's awesome.
Sure. I mean, it's really worth it. It's so much information, and I would encourage people. A lot of people get it, and then they're like, you know what? I'm just going to save this for when I can do it. It'll come week by week over 6 weeks, but you can save it, and all the stuff you can listen to over and over and over again. So if you're interested in that, it's right there. I think, when we send you the bonus, it'll be right there, and you can sign up. It's only $44.
Right, and if you go to guardiangateway.com/Max, you'll just see it. Click here to find out about Max's special Guardian Gateway offer. Just click on that. It'll take you right there. And you'll also find a link on the schedule and replay page. So you'll definitely want to get in on that. That's an awesome deal. How long are you going to be keeping that price for our listeners, Max?
I'm going to put it up. It's only going to be for 2 more weeks. For 2 more weeks. So and then I'm gonna. It's going to go. I think it's going to go back up to $74. So.
Okay. So jump on that. Thank you, Max. Thank you. I just got one more question here.
Sure.
Valerie says, "What is my next step in this enormous surge of pull I feel toward energy work that I'm feeling?"
What's her next step is to be pulled. Your next step is to be guided. Okay. What's her name?
Valerie.
Okay. Valerie, the first thing that's coming up for me with the angels is, and I don't know if you're already doing this, but I'm feeling like your next step that would really help you to move forward with your energy work is to start to really learn and understand the earth, like crystals and all the earthly kinds of, and for lack of a better term, and even if you have some prejudice about this, just be open to this, kind of Wiccan philosophy, plants and crystals and energy from the earth, to take those steps would be really good for you right now, because I think it's going to really help you to kind of fill up your toolbox, your energy toolbox. And I'm going to tell you, I could be picking up that you're already doing that, but if you're already doing that, you're on the right track. If you're not, start to pick up some books or get some more crystals or learn about how the seasons work or how the earth is working, because I feel Archangel Uriel with you. And Archangel Uriel is very earthly, about the earth. So check that out. I think that might be a really good move for you.
Oh, I love the way that feels. Thank you. Well, Max, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your energy and your wisdom with us. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we have to close?
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming into my life and offering me to do this, because I just love to help as much as I can. There is actually something that I would like to read before we close. Is that okay?
That sounds great. And if you could stay on after I say goodbye, that would be awesome too.
Okay, that would be great. Okay. And the other thing, everyone, is angelshearus.com, but then my main website is maxryan.net. Okay? All right. This is from the Course in Miracles, and I had opened it up before we started, and I said, this is perfect. So everyone just close your eyes and listen to this. In you is all of heaven. Every leaf that falls is given life in you. Each bird that ever sang will sing again in you. And every flower that ever bloomed has saved its perfume and its loveliness for you. What aim can supersede the will of God and His Son, that heaven be restored to Him, for whom it was created as His only home? Nothing before and nothing after it. No other place, no other state, nor time. Nothing beyond nor near. Nothing else in any form. In you is all of heaven.
Oh, that was awesome. How beautiful. Thank you, Max.
Thank you. I thought it was just appropriate. Now, how funny that we just talked about the earth.
Thank you so much. I know everyone got so much from this, and I loved having you be part of this telesummit, so thank you so much. And to everyone listening, listening, thank you all. I'm so glad to have each and every one of you with me on this journey. Remember to go to maxryan.net or angelshearus.com. You'll also find the links on the website, so I know you're going to want to stay connected to Max. And remember, all our replays will be posted on the schedule and replay page. And the password is Gateway, and that's guardiangateway.com/schedule-replays. Remember, go over to Facebook and post your favorite teaching from this call to win a transformation product from our shop. And as always, thanks for joining me and opening our hearts to the Guardians. It's so special. And I hope you'll join me. We've got an extra call today. In an hour at 3 p.m. Pacific time, Linda Shea will be introducing us to Joyful Spirit Dolphin. So until next time, this is Kim Wilborn wishing you love and abundance.